I've been a nurse for 17 years. It's more than a job to me. It's who I am. I didn't become a nurse for money or status. I did it because I love people. I love helping, healing, and being there when someone's whole world is falling apart. Most of my time has been spent in emergency care. It's fast, it's messy, it's intense. But it's where I found my rhythm. I loved that you had to be sharp and kind at the same time. You're solving problems in seconds, calming scared patients, supporting grieving families, all in one shift. That kind of work changes you. 3 years ago, the hospital I work for announced they were building a brand new emergency wing. Bigger, better, more advanced. It was a huge deal for the community, especially because the old ER was overcrowded and outdated. When the leadership team asked me to help lead the project, I couldn't believe it. Me? I was just a nurse. No fancy title, no office with a nameplate. But they said they wanted someone who knew what really mattered on the floor, someone who could help build an ER that worked for the staff and the patients. They wanted me. Poured my soul into that project. For over a year, I worked double shifts, nursing during the day, planning meetings in the evening. I helped decide the layout of the rooms, the flow of patient movement, the type of stretchers we needed, the storage systems, even the lighting. I advocated for a private trauma bay for victims of violence. I pushed hard for better nurse call systems so no patient would feel ignored. I sat in boardrooms with architects, engineers, doctors, and department heads, and I made sure the voices of nurses and techs weren't forgotten. When the ER finally opened, I felt something I can't fully explain. It wasn't just pride, it was connection. That place meant something to me. Every inch of it held a piece of my heart. I worked there every day. I trained new staff, kept protocols running, and made sure our patients were safe. I didn't just help build it, I lived it. But then, about 6 weeks ago, everything changed. I showed up to work like always. Same scrubs, same routine. But when I went to badge into the ER entrance, the scanner blinked red. Access denied. At first, I thought the system was down. It happens. But when I tried again, same result. Then a security guard walked over and told me, as gently as he could, that my access to the ER had been removed. I wasn't allowed in. I had been reassigned to another wing without warning. I remember just standing there, stunned. My hands were shaking. I asked why. He didn't have an answer, just said I'd have to speak to HR. I walked away from that door like a ghost. Later that day, I sat in an HR office where someone I had never met told me that a restructuring had taken place and that I was needed elsewhere. They acted like it was a good thing. A compliment even. But it wasn't. It was a punch in the gut. No one asked me, no one consulted me. They just moved me. Out of the ER I helped design, out of the team I helped train, out of the place I had, poured my soul into. I went home that night and cried harder than I have in years. It felt like being erased. I didn't care about titles or recognition. But the ER wasn't just a job. It was a part of me. I knew every inch of that space. I had helped build it with love and intention. And now I wasn't even allowed to step inside. What hurt the most was the silence. No one reached out. Not my manager, not the director, not even a message to say thank you. But then, something unexpected happened. A week later, I got a call from Dr. Meena Patel. She's on the hospital's board of directors. I'd only met her a few times during the early planning stages, but apparently she remembered me. She said she had heard what happened, and she wasn't okay with it. She said, "You gave everything to that department. This doesn't sit right with me." She asked me to walk her through the whole story, so I did. I told her everything. I didn't hold back. I cried on the phone. I told her how lost I felt. How unfair it was. I told her I wasn't looking for praise. I just wanted to be respected. Dr. Patel brought it to the rest of the board the very next day. And to my surprise, they listened. Within 48 hours, I got a formal apology from HR and hospital leadership. They blamed it on a mix-up with scheduling software and internal communication. Maybe that was part of it, but I knew it ran deeper than that. Still, I appreciated the apology. But more than that, they restored me. My access, my schedule, my position in the ER. When I walked back through those ER doors, it felt like coming home. My team welcomed me back with hugs and tears. One nurse whispered, "We've been so lost without you." That broke me a little, in a good way. I'm still healing from what happened. I'm still learning to speak up for myself, even when it's scary. But I share this story because I know I'm not the only one who's ever been pushed aside after giving their all. If you've ever been overlooked or taken for granted, please know this. Your work matters. Your presence matters. And sometimes, even when the system fails you, there are still people who will stand up and do the right thing. People like Dr. Patel. I'm back in the ER now, doing what I love. Every time I walk through those doors, I feel something deep inside me settle, like a piece of my heart falling back into place. The sounds, the pace, the organized chaos. It's where I'm meant to be. I look around at the rooms I helped design, the trauma bays, the nurses' station, even the little break room where I once stood with blueprints in hand, imagining what it would feel like when it was finally real. And now, it is real. And I'm back in it. But I don't take it for granted. Not anymore. If I've learned anything from all of this, it's this. Never stop believing in your worth. Even when others try to make you feel small or silent or invisible, hold on to that inner voice that knows exactly what you've done, what you've given, and what you've built. That voice is telling the truth. Never stop fighting for the spaces you helped create. Whether it's a room, a team, a community, or an idea, you have every right to stand in the places you poured your time, your love, and your energy into. You don't have to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You don't have to walk away quietly. You belong. Not because someone allowed you to, not because you were lucky, but because you earned it. Through sacrifice, through hard work, through showing up day after day when no one was watching. Your presence isn't a favor someone did for you. It's a reflection of your courage, your care, and your commitment. And let me tell you something that I had to learn the hard way. No one gets to take that away from you. Not a supervisor with an agenda. Not a system that forgets your name. Not a sudden reassignment, or a locked door, or a cold explanation. None of it can erase the truth, because what you built matters. What you gave matters. And you matter. So if you're out there, feeling forgotten or discarded or pushed aside, hold on, speak up, reach out. There are people who will stand with you. And there is a way back to where you belong. Sometimes, the fight to return teaches you just how strong you really are. And when you walk back through those doors like I did, you'll know you never truly left. You were always part of it. And now you're back, stronger, wiser, and more sure of yourself than ever before.